with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to Tarot Tuesday. Every Tuesday I put out a video of my newest and latest tarot passion. Everybody knows that I am like totally obsessed with negative and positive kind of vibe. I'm a Gemini rising, so of course I'm kind of really in tune with twin kind of energy. And so first of all, I put out Stephanie Wise's art. It is, if you guys want to order from her, I'm going to link her below because I'm just in love with her. She's a wonderful artist on Etsy that I am just obsessed with. But this is her Sun in Gemini and her Moon in Gemini oracle deck that you can order from her. Having said that, I thought it was perfect because so I'm hanging around on, just kind of looking at websites on Black Friday, and I'm at Walmart and I found this. I have never heard of this. And so I, of course, had to get it because it's kind of everything I represent. So this is a book, and it contains 44 oracle cards. This is a majors only deck, but it is the positive and the negative or the challenging energy of each arcana. What? Doesn't that sound amazing? So this is the Twin Tarot Oracle. It is by Jeni Bethell, and art is by Rachael Hammond. And so let's open it up and take a look at it. Box is pretty standard. At least it's better than the normal low Scarabeo stuff. So let's take a look at, first of all, we're going to take a look at this little book here. Now, obviously it comes in multiple languages. That is very standard, doesn't it? Yeah. It's maybe it only comes in 2 languages. Or it might come in multiple languages. Well, it shows multiple languages on the back. I'll show you all the languages it comes in for you guys who are curious. So let's see here. I'm going to see, I was looking to see if it had like any cool, like, what do you call them? Spreads. Nope. Then nada. Okay. Oh, right here, hun. It comes in English, Italiano, Espanol, Francis, Portugal, and I don't even, Russian maybe, or Ukrainian, or sorry if I don't know that one. It says it was all rights reserved 2019. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see what it has to say. It says, welcome to the Twin Tarot Oracle. Here's a set of 44 cards based on the major arcana of the tarot, which present pictorial expressions of the many characters and experiences we encounter on our journey through life, with words of wisdom and guidance to help us on our way. Oh, see, me and Carl Jung, we're just at one. I can sniff out anything having to be inspired by him because I love him so much. It says, okay. Part of the magic of these 22 cards is that they offer both practical insights into our daily life as well as our deeper psychological and spiritual wisdom. We can relate easily to these cards because they represent what Carl Jung called archetypes, and archetypes are powerful, universally familiar characters, qualities, or experiences which we all encounter at one time or another. Characters such as the wise old man, the hermit, qualities such as compassion, the star, and experience such as falling in love, the lovers. Ooh, no, I'm a liar. It does have some spreads at the very beginning. Cool. I'm just reading really quick to see if there's something super amazing in the beginning. Okay, so there's a 2-card spread in here. There is a diamond spread. We might do, I think we should do the diamond spread. It says the issue, the internal influence that you are unable to see, and external influence of which you are aware, what is needed for resolution, and the resolution, the understanding. Let's see if it says anything else. I'm very curious. Why does it... The Magician, the High Priestess, the High Priestess. Did it do that with the Fool? It does. So it says, okay, so the Fool, it has the light side, right? And then it goes through it. And then it has the dark side of the Fool. So the light and the dark. Yes. Like, ew, if you guys love shadow work, you got to get you some of this because yummy. Let's go through this and then we'll pull some out and take a look at them in the book. And then we'll just play a little. Okay. So here is the Fool, the light side of the Fool. Here is and you see it. This is like new experiences, taking flight. The dog's excited. This person's excited, absolutely foolhardy. And then bam. This is scared, fear. You can see, so this person had their front toward everything. This person has their back. So it's almost like they're being pushed forward, flying away, fearful of taking that leap of faith. You can see the dog is like, it's almost like a warning, like the way that the dog is looking at the Fool here. Losing control, not having control over moving forward. You can see a lot of that. And then we have the Magician. So the Magician is optimistic and into manifesting, using all of its resources, hopeful, knows it can manifest something that has infinite potential. But then you get, the dark side, out of control, like not able to yield their powers for good. It could be just because the energy is so, like if you look here, like look at the energy is so focused. Like here, the energy looks out of focus. It looks sporadic. It doesn't look like this Magician has much control over the power that it can yield. I'm noticing that not using the resources, because some of them they're crossing each other, see, and turned over. This one's like upright. I don't know, like it's just the resources are a mess, or it doesn't really understand the resources that this Magician needs to pull off this, to get this under control. We have the High Priestess. So look at her, transparent. She is got the dark and the light tree here, understanding both the light and the dark intuitively. And that also represents consciousness and the subconscious mind. She's very well versed in both and has control over both of them. Highly intuitive, but the dark side of the High Priestess. She's self-absorbed, using her power only for herself. Here, you could see that she has a cup that's full to give somebody else a vessel, but here she doesn't seem to. This is all about her. There's up here in the sky, there's a lot more of it, like a stormy clouds. And she doesn't seem to be able to intuitively connect because there's something blocking her. Like that's what I can see in this. These are super intuitive if you really know your tarot, and you don't even really need the book. But so we have the Empress. She helps everything grow and manifest abundance. You can see that she's incredibly beautiful, grounded, down to earth, simple, but incredibly powerful. And she just has that golden touch to make everything flourish. But here, she doesn't want to be engaging. Like she doesn't want to tap into her ability to help things grow. You can see that things are falling away. Things aren't flourishing. You can see, so when we hit the fall season, one of the things you have to understand is, you know, we're making room, we're shedding something so that something else can grow. So this isn't a time of growth and abundance. It's actually a time of shedding and a time of restoring. Maybe it's a time of recharging. Maybe it's a time of dormancy, of you need some time off. Very interesting. Then we have the Emperor, excuse my voice, very fierce. You know, the purple is a sign of royalty. This is somebody who's recognized for, you know, a role over others, has a very stable, you can feel the, like, look at his gaze, like very powerful. But here, see, here he's in control. Here he's just somebody that you can go to for really good advice. He can help stabilize your circumstance. He's the person that you go to for, like, you know, you need direction. But here, this person is out of control, angry, a tyrant. The red suggests, you know, action and suggests, and he's, let's see here. Yeah. See here, his sword is to the side. But like here, it's pointed down. He's going to go to war. He is angry. He is, he's fierce. He needs control over something, and he's going to go take action to get it. It looks like to me too, with his gaze, that he doesn't appreciate his authority being tested. Okay, here we go. We have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant here shows somebody who has peace on his mind, you know, is very, never loses faith in the dark or the light energy, is somebody to go to when you need faith, when you need hope, when you need somebody to be strong and steady. But here, it is somebody who, and if I noticed that purple is the sign of, like, the mind and being aware and awakened and enlightened. But every time they switch to a red gown, it means action and control issues. And this could be the abuse of power that somebody has over faith. So you get a faithful follower and you abuse that faithful follower, use it for material gain. This person's very consumed with material gain here. When this person is very simple, right? Doesn't need all this flashiness to show everybody that it is, you know, that this is a powerful figure to be followed. Okay. We have the Lovers here. And you can see there's a submission, there's a vulnerability. There's, I don't know, like a naked truth almost to it, to, you know, like when we're naked, we're at our most vulnerable. There is a beauty in this card, and you could see that there's love. Love is flourishing everywhere. We just have so much abundance and so much growth of the heart. But we also see the dark and the light represented in the way that you are. It's like the dark and the light is like black and white thinking, but it's also the difference between masculine and feminine thinking. It's showing the difference of something, but it's also just showing that love is incredibly kind, and looks don't matter in love. But here, look at this. This is the dark side of the Lovers. It's turning away. It's letting go of love. There's no more love. You can see the little cherub up here that was once kind of looking down and like blessing them. But now the love is ending. There's no more growth to be attained. It's dark skies ahead for these Lovers. And, you know, there's nothing more that they can do but turn away from each other. You know, this is also just being conscious, and it could be consciousness and subconsciousness, meaning like sometimes we attract relationships that are mirrors, and if these two didn't like what they saw in each other, they really don't like something in themselves, if this is inspired by Carl Jung. Then we have the Chariot. Again, we have the light and the light and the dark represented here. But look, if you look at the coloring and the harnesses, they show each other's color. So this is a unity between those two mindsets. It also represents the subconscious mind and consciousness, subconscious consciousness. And it means yielding both of those energies intuitively to direct yourself to move forward. So this is an action-oriented card. And this person is very divinely guided and intuitively guided. Whereas with here, out of control, right? We've got the red again. And this is taking action, but actions that aren't consistent, actions that are misguided, actions that aren't intuitively guided. This is ego-based. This person is very ego-based, not listening to the intuition, not trying to pull this into a certain direction. It's very cool. I love the strength. This is a really beautiful strength card. Shows the submission of a beast within. A lot of times when I see the strength card, I think of taming the beast within. You know, we're conscious of it. We understand its strengths and its weaknesses, and we've got it under control. And we can now yield that energy into something positive. Here is out of control, negative, fierce, consumed, rage, anger. This is being completely out of control of the beast within. Then we have the Hermit here. And the Hermit is somebody who's taking time, somebody who's being divinely guided, intuitively connected to the universe and spirit and its guides, and honestly just in a quiet place in its mind where thinking things through, looking for enlightenment. Again, we see a lot of purple, right? Here's the sadness. This is the Hermit. This is being closed off and not retrospective, but hiding. This is somebody who isn't being divinely guided. They're behind a wall. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They're complacent. They're submitting in this energy. They don't want to see the light. They're turning their back to any potential because they're just really, really unable to get out of the slump that they're in. Okay, we have the wheel here. This is the Wheel of Fortune, and it shows the 4 seasons and all the storms and the highs and the lows in life. Like, it's a gorgeous card, right? And as you can see, the Fool is on the upside of this journey. It's kind of like feeling kind of the high vibe of like moving along and moving toward or through this treacherous journey, right? But dang, where there's a high, there's a low, man. And so you can see he's in the stormy side of things, in the transition, in the awareness and the awakening process. He's really feeling a little beat down by life and is, really feeling like, how is he going to make it through this? Like, you can feel and just wishing for that sunnier time, that sunnier day, really in a dark night of the soul type energy. We have the beautiful Justice. And you know what? Because I don't connect to Egyptian energy. I just don't. I don't know why. I'm trying. Some of you are like, I do. Well, I don't. Let's see. I want to see why they chose this one. Okay, Justice. Let's take a look at Justice here. It was believed that the goddess of each deceased life was assessed by weighing the heart, the soul, against this feather. Only those for whom the scales remained balanced proceeded to the happy heavenly afterworld. In choosing the Justice card, you are being commended for your essential goddessness and desire to do what is right. This is demonstrated in your ability to see and evaluate both sides of the situation, make fair assessments, and just decisions. Okay, I wasn't sure what the symbolism was behind the feather, because I knew the feather was like super crazy significant. So, but then you have this one. It says the rule of law. I also think of, in the dark side of the law, people who abuse power, people who use justice to only benefit themselves, of people who have less resources. I look at some, and you can see that this is out of balance, and the scales in this one, whoops, my bad, was in balance. You see the feather here on the ground, which means this person is really abusing their power. And again, the red's depicted. This is cute. We have the hanging one, and the hanging one is just chilling, hanging out, hanging back, you know, kind of doing your own thing in your own world, beating to your own drum. I mean, it's where you, when you are in this position, you're looking at things from a different perspective, and, you know, you're kind of dipping into the subconscious. And what I like about this is divinely guided subconscious journey. This is something where you're kind of like feeling a vibe, and you just need to chill out and try to figure out what you're feeling and what you're going through. And this is also where creative expression can be found, and creative intuition can be found in the Hanged Man. It's really pretty. But in this energy, now, so if you look at it, this is a vine, and this vine is super beautiful, right? So this is a choice. This one is driven by the material realm. The other one was driven by the spiritual purpose, right? Because it's Neptunian. And so this one is being bound to a really bad decision, and you are having to think through what you did. I mean, you made a really bad decision that was just based on probably some sort of ego-based desire or want or need, or what you thought you needed. And it was at the expense of others. And it's time for you to think about it. I think of like jail came to mind when I saw that card. Okay, we have transformation. And of course, you guys, this is the death card normally. And you can see the phoenix rising. This person's walking into the light, bridge over troubled waters, like really beautiful. You could see, you know, that they're leaving this really dark path for something greener. The grass is greener on the other side type energy. Did you guys have the exact opposite? Right? You have this green path over here, the bridge over troubled waters, but you can't get across it because it is not, you haven't done the work to restore this bridge to get over to the area where, you know, it's the grass is greener on the other side. You're really stuck here in this, lost in this area of where there is lack, where there is not as many resources. It's the dark night of the soul type energy. It's right before we transition. You know, it's that time when you have to me, let go of ego, and you have to see things for what they are. It's your reality check, pretty much, of all the work that you have to do to get ahead. So you have temperance here. Look at this swan. It's just such a graceful energy. We have the water and we have the land here represented, and the path to, you know, a higher journey. I love that there's the colors of the rainbow represented. I mean, that's loving for the pureness of just loving without designating any kind of label or any kind of anything to it. And it's the balance. You can see that the chalices are both gold and silver here. Very divine. But here, there is a resistance to this, because there's some sort of imbalance. There's something that you are not being moderate in, and this is avoidance. I see avoidance. This is not being responsible. This is a very long and windy path, whereas if you saw this path, it was straightforward. This path is convoluted, and it's because I think you're trying to escape some of the repercussions. You don't want to follow through. You're trying to get around something is kind of what I see here. We have the devil. And, you know, the devil is Capricorn energy. And Capricorn energy is all about getting down to earth, stabilizing, you know, just about getting in touch with the simple things in life. The devil is something that, we deal with daily. And if we have it under control, we can feel quite a lot of power in that sense of control over something that used to have control over you. But here the devil has control over you. You don't have control anymore. And again, the red shows up. And you're a puppet on a string to this addiction, to this this issue where you have poor coping methods, this issue where you prefer to look away. You don't want to be responsible for yourself or your actions. And so somebody else has control over you. Something else has control over you. Okay, so we have the Tower card, and as you can see, this person is going through that awareness and awakening moment. Again, we have the purple represented, meaning you are learning something that's opening you up. It's something that will stabilize your life in the future. This is something that you didn't anticipate coming, but you needed to see. It's that reality check again. But here in the Tower, this is just a complete destruction. So here, if you look at it, you can see that, yes, you go through this event, but it's not going to completely destroy everything you've worked so hard for, right? You had a firm, stable foundation. You made a bad choice, or you needed to get a reality check on how to make it better. Here, there's no hope. There's no hope. It's an ending. It's a destruction. It's an absolute Plutonian kind of moment where, there's nothing that can be done. I mean, it is a complete dissolution of this issue. I mean, this person is going into the water. There's a death of this. There's an ending. So right after the Tower moment always comes the Star, and the Star is hope. If you can see just the beauty of the peacock, this is the ability to shine after a moment of trial and tribulation. This is being emotionally aware. This is, but also being very abundant in the material realm. Anytime you get a star in my readings, you guys get a wish on a star. This is a cosmic kind of wish. This is a fated wish. This is a destined wish. It just put you back on course, and then you can walk down the path that you were always designated to go down anyway, before ego got out of control and you got so consumed in the Tower in the material realm. But here you are. This is not in touch with what the cosmos wants. This is not seeing your potential, not realizing who you are and that you are a divine being. You're being bound to the material realm again by expectations and social norms and social programming. And this is just, you can't flourish in energy like this. This is just pretty much not realizing that you are a divine being and that you have a potential, and that the cosmos and Spirit and your guides are all working to help you gain your ultimate potential. Okay, so we have the Moon card here, and this is the typical depiction of the Moon card. This is the subconscious mind. This is consciousness. This dog and this wolf is so distracted by what's going on in the material realm, they're not seeing about like the darkness that is lurking around in the subconscious. This is also reflection, which is really represented well in this card. If you took the time and didn't get so caught up in all of the energy, you might have been able to see this. So it's a time of reflection about how kind of impulsive you are, or about how idealistic you can get. This right here is the Moon card, and this is an ecliptic moment. So this is eclipsing out that sense of non-reality. It is about letting go. It's about concluding and ending something, and then it's about something coming in after your ecliptic moment. Normally you have an ecliptic moment, like a lunar eclipse, but then you get a solar eclipse. It makes room for something good coming in. And that is, I was trying to see, it looks like a bat, but then, yeah, no, it's an owl. I was like trying to see what it was. Okay. Then we have the Sun card, and the Sun card is, you know, these two kids, they're playing, they're having a good time. You know, this is a Leo card, so it's all about fun and being the center of attention and not being inhibited and having such a good time. You know, it's all about the playful mind and the playful spirit, getting passionate, fired up about something, and just really super enthusiastic energy. Here we can get destructive with that, right? We can get carried away. We can get to the point to where some of our overindulgences have repercussions, and you can see that in this card. I mean, if you see, he's flipping over this when he has a door open right here, but he's just being foolhardy. He's taken too many risks. He's gonna get hurt, is what he's gonna get. So we have the Judgment card. So you have somebody who is very, who is in water, but also has the sword. So this is the ability to be rational, but also emotional, to be compassionate, but also to be firm and set proper boundaries. Again, this is a card that also has to do with, you know, the ability to make really good decisions. But that also have, you're also very conscious of others with Judgment card. But here, there is being consumed with this emotional moment, not being rational. The sword is in water, so overly consumed with emotion. There's an imbalance in this energy. This is somebody who does not have control over this moment and is either really, really consumed by the emotional moment, which is then making them, their mind, it's taking control of their mind, or it's somebody who is coming to a conclusion that that emotional moment defines something for them, when really it was just to even out, the rational mind. And then finally, guys, we have the World card here. And the World card is a conclusion and ending. You're on to that next chapter. You've reached the phase of growth and enlightenment that you were always supposed to from that particular chapter in your life. The world is at your fingertips, and it's time to reap the rewards. But here, you're bound, you know. You're going to go on this karmic lesson again. You're going to repeat this karmic journey. Because even though you went through that entire lesson, you didn't attain what you needed to attain. If you think about it, so let's look at these two cards, because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. So in the very beginning, here's the Fool. Whoops. And here is the Fool in his final journey, right? So the Fool in the final journey was, whoops, I'm sorry. We had the white dog here, optimistic, and we had the little dark dog here. This is the subconscious mind, you know, lots of doubt, lots of drama. But this is not learning that lesson. You're going to go down this road again because you're bound. You're not free from this lesson yet. This is such a bomb. I just completely love this thing so much. It's really, really fun. You know what I thought I might do? Let me just do this really quick, just because I want you guys to see what it looks like when you lay it out and you have the light and the dark represented. Now, granted, you guys, this is more or less like Rachael publishing cards, you know, that same kind of card stock. Really easy to shuffle. I would say it has exactly the same feel as Rachael publishing cards, you know, like it does have like a pretty good sheen on it. Here's the back of the cards. Okay, I'll lay them out so we can just see what they look like, kind of laid out with the light and the dark together. Because I think that would be fun to see. Oops, my bad. Do this just a little bit more, and then we'll lay them out. And I'll pick, like I always do, from like 3 separate piles here. We got the World card. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's what it would look like if we laid it out. You know, you could see her tour between, you know, this needing for growth and this need to break free and this need to be abundant in her life. But there's some doubt and there's some hesitation and super nervous about taking this opportunity and running with it and seeing where it leads you. There's a hesitation. And it could be because somebody once abused that level of optimism and, you know, and somebody abused that power or authority over you. And so now you're scared to watch that grow. That's what could be from this line, right? This line, this line, which is what it originally came out at. I'll just lay it out here. So this line is just basically saying, you know, you're receiving a download from spirit and your guides and your guardians and your angels, or whatever you deem that to be, that we need to simplify and we need to bring things back down to the foundation. And, oh no, it's not the light. I'm sorry. It's not the dark. It's all light. Excuse me. My bad. Because it's all purple. And so I think for some of us, we just have to have faith and we have to keep going and we have to endure some pretty uncomfortable circumstances. This all brought us down to where our foundation was super shaky and where we thought we had a false sense of security, but understand that it's getting us to the end of this journey. We have our karmic debt has been paid. We've worked really hard to learn this lesson. And we have faith that there's something better. I still believe that life could be better than what it currently is. There's some optimism and some hope and some wisdom attained. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Tarot Tuesday. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for putting up with my nasally voice because of my cold. I love decks like this that show us the dark and the light, which is what I totally believe. I believe that we can turn a negative into a positive. We just have to figure out what Spirit was always trying to tell us about our strengths and our weaknesses and how we can endure something. Have a wonderful day. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the change you guys want to see in the world and stay healthy and stay safe.